guys, we are going to switch gears here and go to our final big story of the night. This is a very, 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 very heartbreaking story. I want to start by saying that me personally, and I think Kelly Mean talks about this, I am going to refrain from giving any opinion or judgment tonight about what we're going to talk about the incident. But it is bringing up a beehive of race relations here in America. So everyone may or may not know, but on April 2nd in Texas, a 17-year-old boy was charged with the murder and stabbing of another student at a high school track meet. Right now, the young man it's a black young man who is responsible allegedly for stabbing this other young man who's white. He has raised $200,000 officially in his GoFundMe campaign, and doing that has raised a lot of anger across America. This has brought up a renewed conversation of race in America, and I'm going to play some clips and we're going to give reactions. So tonight, the focus is not on who's guilty and who's not, but it's going to be about a very tough conversation. So thank you, Enzo, for being a part of it, because not many white people will, unfortunately. And I think we've come a long way. I'm going to say that. But after seeing some of the comments that saw this week, I am disgusted by America. I'm disgusted by Black America. I'm disgusted by white America. It is disgusting that we are still back in 1968, I feel like. So this first clip was by the right, the Hodge twins. This is them playing Black people's reaction, and we'll start with that.
I'm on TikTok and I'm looking at everybody's reactions about what happened between Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony, right? Mm-hmm. And the Black reaction is what you expect.
But white people, obviously not all of you, so let me just get that out the way, but a bunch of y'all are just a bunch of racist, bigoted crisis actors.
People really believe that that kid had the right to tell Carmelo to move. This kid wasn't working security. He wasn't given no responsibility. He wasn't the seat manager. Like, if that kid would have just minded his own business, would he or would he not still be alive?
Austin got unalive. A lot of people are trying to make it a race issue, and it's not. It has nothing to do with that right there. This was self-defense.
And this is all over TikTok. I see a lot of posts on Facebook.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Gray go first. Gray, what do you think about some of the things that we've seen? And I'll let you. And I'm not gonna necessarily have you speak for Black America, but some of the reactions that Black people have gave. Are you in agreement? It's okay if you are. It's your opinion. Or what do you think about the state of Black America at this point?
Well, I want to respond to you saying that it's like 1968, and I'm in an interracial relationship. So, like, I don't think just because people are saying like things on the internet that necessarily means like we've been like taken back like a bunch of years. I feel like people just have the access to say their opinion. They can hide behind a screen and say whatever they want. We didn't see any type of crazy marches from this. We do see like people getting upset online. Ever since for me, like with Sonya Massey, where she was deleted and the guy was arrested and everything, and nothing happened. Like, cause I assumed that it was gonna be like a bunch of rioting and nothing happened. So I have to say, I feel like we've come a much longer way if people are just letting the court system, the justice system, work itself out.
I don't think you've seen stuff me and Kelly seen. I'm listen. If Gray is not on X, he don't know y'all. He's on the spaces where it's censored. And shout out to Elon because he has made free speech possible. Listen, Kelly, you don't gotta agree with me. Maybe we're not back in 1968, but based on the stuff that you've seen, we're gonna talk about Black people first, because we're gonna bring them to the front first. The stuff you've seen, are you shocked by it? Do you agree with it? What's your thoughts?
Okay. Yes, I'm going to say I'm a little surprised. I'm not going to say I'm shocked. I'm going to say a little surprised. Now, me, and like, Nora said, I have purposely withheld my opinion because an investigation has not been brought forth. The only witness testimony was the twin of the victim, but what I do believe, and the father also said it, I don't think it was a race thing. I really don't. My spirit was telling me that I don't think it was a race thing. Now, this is what I will say. What bothered me a little bit was so many people were upset with the young man. I guess the community, the Black community, or I'm not even gonna say Black community. The people came forth to crowdfund for his legal defense. My whole thing was that's his right. That's every American citizen's right is to have representation, good representation. I don't remember the outrage, and folks let me know in the chat, let me know, Gray let me know, Nor let me know. I don't remember the outrage when it was George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman raised $200,000 for his legal
We're in Florida. There
yeah,
was people were protesting on both sides for him and against him. So
yeah,
people were fighting for him, but not to this point where people were so shocked about him raising money.
yeah. So that I'm gonna tell you another person that raised money. And
That
y'all
guy.
said Carl Rittenhouse. I really didn't
Mhm.
even follow that case, so I'm not even gonna speak on that.
He
Derek
raised a million,
Chauvin,
Kelly.
I believe that. And here's why I'm not speaking on it. I don't remember the specifics of that case, so I can't speak on it. But I know Derek Chauvin. He raised $200,000, and I'm going to be honest. And somebody said in the chat, would these black people feel the same way if it was a white person? I can't speak for them, but I can speak for myself. I would, because I didn't have a problem with anybody donating to Derek Chauvin. I don't have a problem with anybody donating to whoever they want, because at the end of the day, we all should have a fair shake in court. And if you got a problem with it, just don't donate. That is, it's very simple. But as far as, black people coming forth saying, oh, well, the person should have minded their business, blah, 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 blah. I can't speak on that because I really don't know what happened. And these are children here. So maybe when I get some evidence, when an investigation is done, I'll give my opinion or whatever. But right now, I think people, that's just my opinion, I think people should be quiet because they don't really know what happened. That's just my opinion.
I'm gonna let Enzo respond, but chat wants me to play a video of what happened. Are y'all okay if me playing it after him? Because I found one so she can know
Sure.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Enzo, what's your thoughts? Again, I'm not really trying to have, race, we're not trying to have a race bait thing or whatever.
No, I
But
know.
do you think he should have a right to a defense fund from everything you've learned about the situation?
Absolutely. Like we spoke on it last night in the man cave. I think I more or less looked at it like a self
Hmm.
defense type situation. That doesn't negate the fact that he should absolutely have a defense fund, because at the end of the day, it's not just the one boy lost his life. Both of them absolutely could lose their lives at the end of the day, because let's say that it all fails in court, that's his life that he threw away, and it's unfortunate to say. It's a very very unfortunate situation for two high schoolers to get into to something like this. Like growing up, you got your ass beat, and that was it. You didn't come back with a weapon. You didn't carry around weapons. You weren't doing any of this, any of that. I don't know what's going on with today's kids, and it's not just a race thing. It's on both sides of the
Yes.
card.
And Nick Fuentes, Brandon Tatum. I'm gonna need all y'all to come to the front. You heard a white man say it's on both sides because they're acting like it's only on one side, and I get it. Black culture, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But let me play the clip. Um, it's a Fox News clip. So everybody in the chat, stay tuned, pay attention. Here, the father. He came out. He said, I don't want this as a race issue. He made that very clear. My thoughts is he knows the other son is involved in some way. He was there when it happened. That's my thoughts. And again, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'm told that in China, when businessmen meet for dinner, they sit down at the table. If the other businessman puts salt and pepper or any type of seasoning before the business meeting is over, they'll all get up because they'll say you shouldn't be quick to, know what the food tastes like without all the facts, without knowing what it tastes like. And I'm going to relate it to this. I'm not giving an opinion because we don't know what's going on. It is too soon to know. The police report I saw is very unclear. I sent it to Kelly. It,
Yeah.
it doesn't explain fully what's going on. There's a lot of rumors, a lot
It
of
didn't make
things.
sense. It didn't make
No,
sense.
it didn't make
Yeah.
sense. So it's a heartbreaking situation. Gray, is there anything you want to add before we move on to the next thing?
No, like Enzo said, we covered this on the new part. I mean, the man cave last night. Yeah, it's a sad
Yeah.
situation.
So yeah, we're gonna do a different angle here on the new party, delving more into the race stuff going on. So Black conservatives, in particular Black conservative men, I'm gonna need you to come to the front of the congregation because almost all of them, except one, is already jumping to judgment. Let me play this clip of Officer Tatum, actually of Jason Whitlock jumping to jumping the gun.
Not stabbed this boy because he's white. Carmelo Anthony stabbed this boy because he has no emotional control and he's loyal to a culture that tells him any disrespect should be met with aggression and violence. What Carmelo Anthony did, he would do to a black boy, a black girl, an adult, a child. He would do it to anybody. If he feels disrespected, the culture tells him, be aggressive. That is good. And Black Lives Matters is good. It's just when people take it out of context. No, you're promoting idolatry. A religion, a racial idolatry, a religion based on skin color. And that skin color religion, black culture, trains kids up to adopt every materialistic, hedonistic, violent behavior possible. You're part of the problem and you don't want to admit it. And you want to point your finger at Matt Walsh and say, no, he's the problem. Matt Walsh is not going to kill one black kid. And Matt Walsh, I'm betting here, haven't asked him, haven't talked to him about it, but I bet you he hates black culture and rejects black culture. And you should hate black culture and reject.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't watch no more. Reject black culture, hate black culture. Where is the pride of black people in this country? Gray, I'm going to let you go first. Or black men in particular, because black women ain't talking like this. These are the black men.
These are black conservatives doing this. And
He's right.
Yeah, so I mean, like, here's the thing, like, there is also an algorithm, and the new party, we obviously took advantage of that, where if you're black and you're a Republican, people are going to find that interesting. So that's like people doing it for personal gain. But I also feel like there is a part in black society and certain black people where they feel like they either have to submit to white culture or they have to like say that white culture is better than black culture. And black culture does have some bad things about it. We do have a lot of ghetto hood culture stuff. I'm not going to sit here and try to defend it and say we don't. But, you know, with cases like this, I just think it should be based on a case by case basis. I don't feel like black culture is the culprit in this situation.
Let
Kelly,
me know.
my lady, FBA, black culture. Tell everybody about black culture. I mean,
okay. First and foremost, I think Jason Whitlock need to shut the F up because he doesn't know what he's talking about or know what anything that happened. That's first and foremost. For all we know, those two boys could have been trying to jump him. Remember, he went. This is the story. He went to the tent. You know, it wasn't his school tent. Which, by the way, who say anybody was?
It was a rainy day though, too. It
was a rainy day, so he might have been in an area where it was, you know, a lot of people from that school. They could have been trying to jump him. Could have been completely been self-defense. Could have been, maybe not. I don't know. But because I don't know, I'm not running my gap. And Jason Whitlock and Brandon Tatum, they always have something to say negative about black people. My opinion, I think they're a couple of coons. I do. I think they feel like if they throw black people up under the bus, then these white folks will get on their dick and watch them and like, oh yeah, I like this black guy. Yeah. He's one of the good ones. Blah 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 blah. And when they turn around, oh, these same white people like, yeah, get that.
They turn on them. We gonna play that tonight. They turn on them. So y'all gonna stick around. You about to have some laughs because they turn on them. Keep going, Kelly.
Look, so me, yes, I'm a Republican, but I am black. I live in a black area. When I'm not online, I got to go back to being black. Meaning if I ever do some white, I'm going to say it, do some white shit, be a race traitor or whatever the heck, my people will hold me accountable. So some stuff I'm not going to do. Now, with that being said, I do not idolize my race. Meaning if a black person is doing something wrong, I'm going to call it out. Chat may come for me. X may come for me because I saw what people say. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That whole thing with Daniel Penny, I looked at it like if I was on that train as a woman that is 5'1", 150 pounds. I'm a small person. And I don't know if anybody rode the New York train. It's off the MFing chain. My dude once saw a homeless black man taking a shit in a water bottle while walking yes, yeah. So already it's off the chain. Now, if I heard Daniel Jordan Neely hooting and hollering, threatening people, okay, which by the way, he made good on those threats, had 44 charges, had exposed himself to a woman. I'd bet my paycheck it was a black woman. He also kidnapped a little black girl that was 6 years old. So this guy wasn't a nice street performer. In my little self, okay, if I'm on that train and these people restrain him, I would have been thankful to Daniel Penny. I'm going to keep it a buck. Now, do I think it's terrible that the man lost his life? Yes, I do. But do I think Daniel Penny woke up one morning and said, I'm going to kill an N-word today? No, I don't. No, I don't. So FBAs, y'all want to come for me, cancel me, that's fine. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm a very petite black woman. And if some homeless man is hooping and hollering on the train, talking about I'm hungry, I'm going to hit somebody. Yeah, I would love for somebody to restrain that guy. Okay, not kill him. Not kill him, but restrain him. And I don't think he did it on purpose. And again, that's my opinion on it. But yeah, Jason, Brandon Tatum, couple of coons. Brandon Tatum, every time I turn around, this dude got running his mouth about black people. Dude, you live in Arizona. I know there ain't no black people over there. You got a white wife. Why are you so up on black people? Okay, worry about the white folks. Worry about the white folks. That man talked more about black people than the supposed racist Nick Fuentes, and I tweeted that today on X. Yeah,
Yes, I told you that.
Both of them be on black people's dick all the time. And speaking of Matt Walsh, because I'm gonna wrap this up, I promise y'all, but I'm cooking right now. Jason Whitlock, you over here talking about Matt Walsh. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Nora. Didn't Candace Owens say that the Daily Wire would promote them to say racist stuff against blacks? Actually, I know they did. I know she did. I know she said that. And they used to do that. So Jason Whitlock, you over here sucking Matt Walsh's dick, and the whole time he been an op to your people. Okay, but you a cool, so it don't matter. But yeah, that's facts, y'all. Y'all can fact check that. She sure did say the Daily Wire, which Matt Walsh is a part of, would push certain racial stuff against black folks. So F all of them. And I'm glad y'all's ratings is going down and Candace Owens is dominating. And I'm not saying I'm too keen on Candace, but I'm glad she beating them in the ratings. So that's
True, because they censored her, with the whole Palestine thing. So that's what they get. Enzo, how do you follow up with that? And Enzo, I mean, what's your thoughts?
Just cut.
Mhm.
There's no cut.
Well, I'm gonna need
There's
you when
nothing
we
I can
play
say.
Nick. We'll have you go first,
I
Enzo.
got
So, what the funny part is, he over here cucking for them, for the whites, and Nick Fuentes called him out. I'm about to play you guys this clip. We're
shout
not gonna
out
play
to
the whole
Nick
thing.
Fuentes.
Shout out to Nick Fuentes, the one good thing he did this week, because we're gonna call him to the front in a minute too, because he didn't say some nice things about blacks, but he did call out Jason Whitlock. Let me play this.
You are a token. Hey, Jason, you're a token. You are in conservative media as a black guy that can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views. That's why you get paid. And that's why I don't, because I didn't have the privilege of being born black. I was born white. So there's a limit on what I can say. There's a limit on what I can say without being penalized in the so-called free marketplace of ideas. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. And everybody's sick of it, especially in the conservative space, that blacks have had it easy. It is. And I don't doubt that he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's genuine. But you are playing by a different set of rules, pal. You have training wheels on. You think you've earned it? Everything you have. Take a look around at your studio, your contract, your employees. If you said the stuff that you said as a white person, your ass would be fucking gone. And everybody knows that. You're on Blaze hosting E. Michael Jones talking about the Jews. It's a good fucking thing you're black, because if you weren't, you would have been fired like Elijah Schaffer. You would have been fired like every other white person. Everybody knows that. Take a good look at everything around you, because you did not compete to get that. You got it because people feel sorry. People don't want to be called racist. They feel sorry. They need a black person to give them credibility.
Okay, guys. Do we agree? Gray, I'm gonna let you go first. I'm sure you're itching to say so much. Do you think that Jason Whitlock is the token, like Nick said? What are you thinking about what he said?
I 1,000% agree. And I'll use even another example. I feel like if a white content creator that was conservative made the exact same video as a black conservative on content, I feel like the black conservatives will get way more views. And it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that it's the easy route, but like people find that because people want to know why. People want to know what made you become a Republican if you black, and like they
True.
want to like hear you like your opinions on things.
Enzo, sorry, buddy. Do you agree with what Nick said? Do you think that this guy gets away with it because he's black? Like,
I'm just gonna say straight up, Nick has no place to say anything about anybody. That's my big thing. Like, I mean, he spoke some truth. I'll give him that. But like, then again, you have no place to say any of that. Like,
so do you
he's a
think he's
white
jealous? Because your
supremacist.
homeboy, yeah, your homie said
100%.
that in the chat. Yeah.
100%. I think he's jealous. I mean, it's just funny with like what last week he was hanging out with Kanye and now he's talking bad. Like, come on now, pick a side, bro. Which one do you want to be on?
Oh, we
Just
got that
because
clip too,
Kanye's
by the way.
like, I don't know. I can't stand that guy. I can't stand his voice. I can't stand anything about him. He makes guys
Enzo, I
like
think you're one
me.
of the only white guys that feel like that. They love him.
He makes
Like
people
Royper.
like me look bad. Like, and it annoys the living shit out of me that there are humans like this that people platform. Like, it's disgusting in my eyes. Like, how is there people out there that realistically can sit there and listen to this guy day in and day out? Like, I've seen his rumbles. He's got thousands
True.
of people in there. It makes no sense to me. Not at all. In 2025, how are we still platforming these people?
True. I gotta agree with you. Because day in and day out. But I will say day in and day out, he does not say racial stuff about American issues. Usually he talks about world issues and he talks about politics going on around the world. I will say that because I have watched his show. This week he's just on extra rants about the racial stuff, in particular black people right now, because that's the issue.
That's my thing. It's just what he stands for behind all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry, my internet was kicking out, so I came upstairs. I watch someone even more racist than Nick. I watch Stu Peters. I watch Stu Peters because he talks about a certain thing that I like to know about. And I'm even going to say this about Stu Peters, and I'm going to say this about Nick. I think they both have more black friends than Tatum and Jason Whitlock. I saw Kanye on Nick's show. I saw Nick say, "Hey man, I don't hate anyone. I don't have any hate in my heart for anyone. Kanye's really cool." Now, Nick's viewers are pretty racist, and they didn't like that he said that.
True.
They didn't like
Actually,
that.
the white supremacists go after Nick Fuentes, guys. They said Nick's not racist enough for them. Just so you're aware, the true white supremacists don't like Nick.
I believe that. And this was my point. White people don't want to hear about black stuff all the daggone time. I truly believe that. So what Jason does and what Brandon does, any chance they get to shit on black people, they gonna take it. Whereas a lot of the white media, even the racist ones, I don't think they care like that. So
This is the most racist stuff I've heard Nick say in the couple of months I've been like kind of like following him. And the reason why I follow him is because he knows a lot about what's going on in the Middle East and around the world. And he really deep dives and researches.
Stu speaks on certain things that I like to know about. And again, and I know who I'm watching. I know the dude's racist. I know that. And I'm not saying I like him, But if you giving me certain content, if you talking about something that I'm interested in and I need to know the facts, it just is what it is. Now I'm not going to donate to you, you know, I'm not going to send you no super chat, you know, but I'll watch.
I mean, I can stomach him more than these black guys because my thing is he's fighting for white people. These black guys, I'm gonna need you to fight for black people. When are you gonna fight for the black community? When are you gonna help the black community? That's why I can stomach him more than these guys. For me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you guys because they're fighting for their people.
They are fighting for the white community. That's what they're fighting for. They fight, and that's why I think it's like so. Why, like what Gray was saying, people are gonna watch because it is abnormal for someone of your tribe, you know, to speak against their own tribe. That's unusual, you know. And they both, I'm pretty sure they're both FBA. If they was tethers, then you know nobody would be surprised.
I just think America has a hatred for black people. And when you hear black people talk like that, well, I'm not going to say all of America. There is a group of Americans, let me say that, have a hatred for black people. So when they hear other black people saying it, they like to watch it. That's what I think. And that's why they have the following that they do. And it's disgusting. But my last clip of the night, this is Brandon Tatum, and we'll discuss it.
But the most racist people in America are black people, hands down. If you don't believe me, watch the clip.
People who need correction about racial issues, what's your motivation for wanting to call out black people? There's a weird liberal obsession with wanting to put black folks in their place that needs to be examined, y'all.
I just woke up yesterday, but most people live around most people live around the same race. So therefore, if something happens in the black community or the white community, the Asian community, a rational human being should be able to call them on the carpet. And it shouldn't be, well, you don't call your own people out, so you don't. No, when you see the bull crap, you see the bull crap. And unfortunately, I personally believe if anybody is going to say that people don't call their own people out, it's black people don't call their own people out. Because George Floyd and them are heroes and everything else when they get killed by a cop. Didn't say nothing about a George Floyd when he was robbing people. Said nothing about his drug dealer who was next to George Floyd in the car when he was selling George Floyd the drugs. Y'all ain't say nothing about the killing and stealing and dealing that go on in the community, more so in the black community than anywhere else in the entire country. Won't say a thing, won't make a shirt. With Nick Fuentes. So Nick Fuentes, in my opinion, is influenced by the devil. So I don't know why Kanye is friends with him unless they're both.
Really, bro? Really? Nick has motivated more guys to find Christ than I could think of. Literally a Catholic nationalist.
He's an effing tether.
Unites everyone under the cross.
Who cares what he got to say? He need to go back to his country.
Political commentators, and he always talks about Catholicism. I mean, the guy's a virgin because he believes in his views so much. So really, the devil. I would argue he's the complete opposite of that. Complete opposite.
Influenced by the devil. Nick Fuentes is what I would consider to be a fake right-wing Christian who's a racist.
That's a bad take. He's, number one, he's more to the right than any mainstream right-wing political commentator. Far more to the right than any of them. A lot of people would consider him far right than you are, Brandon Tatum. You're pro-immigration. Like, bro, like you're pro-immigration. Like, what the fuck? You're barely a conservative, if we're going to be honest. You're pro-immigration, man. So, no, way more.
And all the people who follow him are racist. Not all of them, but I think a lot.
How is he a racist when he's standing right next to Kanye West? How is he a racist if he's standing right next to Kanye West? He was a part of Ye 22. Or Ye 24, excuse me. He helped write his speeches. He was on a campaign trail with him. He was helping Ye become president of the United States. I would argue, if anything, that proves that he's not racist whatsoever. He was helping a black man become president of the United States. What are you talking about, Brandon? Come on, bro. That's an L take. He's influenced by the devil, but he brings the cross out when he does his speeches. He's racist, but he's helping a black man become president of the United States. Come on, bro. Come on, Brandon. You're smarter than this, man. He's a fake conservative.
Called the groupers, and
I wouldn't say it's little. They're pretty it's a big movement, man.
they're incredibly racist. And if you listen to these idiots long enough, they will try to convince you that America is better.
Are they racist? They rock with me. They support me.
Oh,
I don't think they're racist.
they're not racist for rocking
And I'm
with
a
him,
black
Cal.
Arab, and they rock with me all the time.
they
So
are.
all the grapers and chat. See a lot of you guys in
hold
here with the
on.
frog
I'm
emojis and
surprised he
everything.
called himself
So they're
black.
not racist. That's a lie.
I've never heard
Once
him say
again,
this.
He's
I
black.
think Nick's top guy is black, and he's a griper. One of Nick's top guys is a black dude, bro.
When it's white. No, America is better when you live the American dream and you have the American idea in your heart and you assimilate to that theology. That's when America is better. Whether you black, green, immigrant, white, you name it, you apply that, you will live an American dream or you'll live a great experience in America. Nobody can act like white people are that great because the stupidest people in the world right now are white liberals.
I agree with you on that. They're idiots. They're over here talking about black guilt and all this other shit. I agree that they're retards. But you want to know who's even more insufferable? Black liberals, Jasmine Crockett, etc. They're even worse because they're openly racist. Jasmine Crockett talking about white tears and all this other shit. And she's a congresswoman, bro. People like Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar, they're even more insufferable.
The absolute worst. And the reason I say that is because they've been given this much success and opportunity and freedom, and they want to throw it all away.
Gray, what's your thoughts about everything you heard? It was a lot that was said.
I mean, it feels like if you have to go down a list and say, hey, this person's friends with this person, or this person's this person is a racist, I think you're trying to go too far. I mean, like Kanye hanging out with him, and that meaning you're not racist. Kanye's MAGA. Kanye's crazy. So I mean, like, I really don't have a comment. I mean, I understood what Officer Tatum was saying that he's anti-racism. So I guess that's good that a black conservative's anti-racism.
Mm. Enzo, what's your thoughts on Brandon Tatum and what Myron Gaines was saying? I know you're probably gonna lean more to this. Mhm.
I mean, I get what they're both saying. I mean, with Kanye, like he literally made a song called Black Skinhead. So are we really going to question him on why he's hanging out with Nick? No, not really. And like, listen, you could be black and be a white supremacist at the end of the day, just like, because I mean, I've grown up in Florida, in South Florida, like Loxahatchee area. I could name drop people right now that are like Akon skin color black that are full blown white supremacists. So I mean, it's not like just because you're black doesn't mean you can't be racist towards your own kind. No, you absolutely can. So I mean, it's just kind of a mute point on their side, but kind of agree in certain ways with a little bit of it. It's just Nick, he's a full blown racist, and he could have black people around him that are racist too. So it doesn't. I don't really look at it that way at all. It's like just like a new kind of racist, I guess. It's not like traditional racism. I don't know. Maybe it progressed. I don't fucking know.
All right, let me know.
Okay, Kelly. I know you about to cook the tether of the year over there.
Okay, first and foremost.
Enzo, have you ever heard this term tether? Do you know what it is? We might need to school you. Can you tell him what it is?
A tether is a person that is an immigrant. They could be African, from an island, whatever. They're not foundationally Black American. They are a Black immigrant that goes against Black culture. Nora is a Black immigrant, but she's not a tether because she doesn't go against Black culture. That's my girl. Okay, that's what a tether is. Now, Myron Gaines is the most racist person that was up on that screen. More racist than Nick, more racist than Brandon. And here's why I had an issue with Brandon more so than I got Nick. Nick's a white boy. Whites, they can be racist to Blacks. That's not going to shock a Black person. We already got our own problems. Now, when it's a Black that's being racist against a Black, Blacks really, really hate that. So that's why I really, really don't like Brandon. Now, back to the tether. That friggin' tether, you hate yourself so much because he hates himself so much. He hates black people. Again, he always talking about black people. That man changed his whole name to Myron Gaines. His real name is Amarfu, whatever. So anybody,
Amar for Udell.
thank you.
Oh,
And I'm
talk
going.
about his girlfriend too, Kelly. Get to that
Oh,
because he talks about immigration. So
oh,
don't
oh,
forget that
oh,
point.
yeah, oh yeah, he got a mid girlfriend. That's what is she?
A
London.
foreigner. She's from. We don't know if she's legal or not.
Right.
My theory is they're secretly married. He talks bad about foreigners and immigrants, but his whole chick is a freaking foreigner who can barely speak English, y'all.
Yes, yeah. Now here's the other thing, is I'm going to say it. Okay, he likes to talk about the J people a lot, okay? And everybody talks about how the J people changed their names. Dude, you did the same thing. You need to shut the F up, okay? That's that. Now, as far as him defending Nick and saying Nick's not racist because he hangs out with Kanye, I'm with you on that, Enzo. But again, I don't even care that Nick is kind of racist. I don't even care. My issue, because again, Nick does not run his mouth about blacks all the time. He doing it now because it's a hot topic right now, and he's probably capitalizing on it. I get it, but y'all two, meaning Brandon and the tether, because he's not black, okay? Brandon, the black guy, and the tether, y'all talk about blacks so much. And what really bothers me also with Jason Whitlock saying this black culture and this, that, and the third, what irritates me, I'm black. I don't know none of this N-word stuff. I grew up with, I'm gonna say, I grew up with a little bit of money, y'all. So not all black people are broke. Not all black people have certain do ghetto shit and all of that. So Jason, you in a certain tax bracket, you know that. So the fact that you only focus on the degeneracy of blacks, that's pretty racist, because I don't know any white conservative that's always talking about the degeneracy of white people. Of one of them hillbillies, y'all know that hillbilly family that was so inbred on soft white. I don't, nobody talk about them. Nobody talking about poor white trailer trash or how white people are the most addicted to opioids. Nobody talks about that, which is fine. Which is fine.
Or that I sent you that clip of those people fighting in Walmart. White people do it too. They say black people fight when we go places. White people do it too.
Yes. And again, I'm going to say this and I'm going to land my plane, I promise. As far as, oh, black people do all that. No, yes, a white person is more statistically inclined to be the victim of a crime by a black than the opposite way. Okay. We all know that. But hey, man, what was it? The last 200 years, they was getting all the licks. I'm just saying, they was lynching people and and all kind of shit. So I'm not saying what's going on is right, but how I just feel like white people, you shouldn't put all blacks in that boat as far as the degeneracy and whatever, blah, 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 blah. I don't do that with white people. I'm not going to say, oh, your grandfather probably lynched somebody or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
I don't do that. So I just think people should have a little bit of grace. Now, you don't want to live by black people. It's a free country. You don't have to. My feelings won't be hurt. In fact, where I live, my city, all the white people that moved in to DC and saw gentrification and they're going property taxes and gone up. So yeah, maybe I ain't got live where you want to live. You want to live with white people, do what you want to do. But my point is, what them two do, they focus on the degeneracy of the race, where white people don't do that. White people a little bit better staying on code than those friggin' coons. And that's why we hate them. That's it.
Drops mic. This was a great show, everyone. Everybody, if you're watching on any network, I need you to hit the like button. Hit the like button. We are the new party. Kelly is a friend of the show. We're going to start by doing some closing thoughts. I love Kelly. Thank you so much for coming. Enzo, you were a good sport tonight. You are a amazing man. Thank you so much for being a good sport. Let us know your closing thoughts. Also, if you're going to be doing your live, let everybody know where they can find you at now.
So yeah, I will be going live after this on Enzo Debates on TikTok, which is my main account, which I finally got back. Thank you, TikTok, for being a good sport. I'll be nice, I promise. Kelly, you're amazing.
Thank you. I
You're
followed you
great.
on
You
TikTok.
literally stole the show. Like I'm like I don't know how to come back after this. Like you stole the thunder. No, but it was absolutely great. Every single topic tonight was great. I'm happy that we got to talk about things that are really kind of suppressed in my eyes, like the sex pedophile rings. I mean, it's been suppressed for a long time now. We all been knowing it's going on. I want to know the root reasons why these are happening, who's really behind all of this, regardless if it's a political party, if it's a cartel, whatever it is. Same thing with the unfortunate situation with the two boys in Texas, the high schoolers. Like I said before, I really look at it as both young men really lost their lives at the end of the day, regardless if everything goes well for the one in court. Still, that's just a hard thing to even live with. I want to know more information on that myself, and then the whole thing with Nick and all that is just I don't know. Like it's in my eyes, he just like I know he's not racist like all the time or everything. But then again, it just in my eyes,
You
it
can
doesn't
say if
feel
you
like to
think
me.
he's racist,
No,
Enzo.
he is
You can
racist.
say it. It's
Oh,
okay.
he
I
is
think he is
racist.
absolutely racist. Like
He's racist.
There's certain things like little clips that I've seen that I can kind of agree with him, just little teeny bits. But at the end of the day, still the bigger picture
Yeah.
is that is what people thought the conservative party was. If you're a white man, that you're racist, that you're anti-Semitic,
Mm-hmm.
that you're homophobic, transphobic, whatever it is. Like I preach that on my live all day long. Like I'm not your typical Trump supporter. At the end of the day, I'm not Nick Fuentes. I literally got
Mm-hmm.
banned on TikTok because I said if I saw him in the street, it would not be good because I just explicitly hate the kid. But that's really
And
all I
y'all are
got to
very
say on
close in
that.
age, Enzo. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe you'll be the next Nick. You know, the better version of Nick Fuentes, the
Oh,
next white guy that's
absolutely.
going to change
Yeah.
the face of of the movement.
In a
Oh my
Um,
gosh. I just had a light bulb moment. He really doesn't like Nick. The same reason why
yep.
I really don't like
We
Jason.
don't like these. We don't like these guys, and that's why I said it's okay, Enzo. Be yourself, because that's what makes you great. Because you're truly not like these guys, so that's
It
okay.
reflects negatively on
thank
his
you.
race. Like they reflect negatively.
Exactly, like how we feel about these people. Callie, let everybody know where they can find you at and your closing thoughts.
You guys can find me on X. I am at Kelly C Show, and I'm here on YouTube and Rumble. And my handle is at the Kelly Corinne Show. On Saturday, Nora and I and some of the other, I think Mia from the new party, we are going to be talking about the firmament and whether the Earth is flat. But that's just
Enzo's coming too.
who. Oh, and so great, yes.
Yes.
So we will be talking about that Saturday. I'm not sure the time, maybe 7 or 8. We will keep you guys posted, but check us out. You know, we'll post it. And also on TikTok, same handle at the Kelly Corinne Show on TikTok. Had a great time. Thanks for having me. Great.
Talk about next week, Kelly.
Hmm?
Next week, next Tuesday night.
Oh, yes, and we're having a panel next Tuesday. Me and Mika and Nora, the new party. It's a collab, and Fatty here on YouTube as well. We're going to do a super panel. We're still in the mix of thinking up the topics and things like that. And that's it. Yeah, so Saturday, we're talking about whether the earth is flat. Spoiler, it
Space.
is. The firmament, and next Tuesday our super panel. And I thank you
Hooray.
for having me.
Um, thanks for being patient. You the star of the new party at slash man cave. You're on every night. What's your closing thoughts?
First off, shout out to Kelly. I mean, she's not in a new part, but it's basically like sharing a new part. We have done so much content together. Shout out to Enzo. Thank you for being a good sport. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and basically the same thing Enzo said. Like, I want to find out about the sex trafficking, and as far as like the black conservatives, I mean, it was interesting to talk about because we have black conservatives on our panel, and if people look at the new party, we have people from every single background that we've worked with. I think we even had an Asian, but we did put an Asian in the cast. So like yeah, I think that shows that America is diverse and things are getting better. That's my closing thoughts.
Yes. Hold on. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are watching us, we are the new party. We live stream every Monday through Thursday. at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow night, we will be back with the Man Cave, which is our version of the whole Red Pill movement where we focus on men's topics. So shouts out to the Man Cave. Shouts out to our team. Thank you so much to Gray Mars, our co-founder. Thank you so much for Enzo for being a part of our team and being a good sport tonight. We will be back here Thursday night on the New Party. We'll be talking about Kenya Moore and her being fired from the Housewives. I'm so sad. The end of an era. We'll talk about her. Does reality TV take it too far? Is it real? She basically exposed some sexual explicit pictures of her castmate, which led to her firing. We'll break that down and show you some clips. But CNG1215, thank you so much for watching. When are these black men gonna actually come together and build something instead of cucking for other groups? No wonder black women don't respect them. As a black person, this is embarrassing. Thank you, CNG. I'ma say this. I'ma not say all the problems on the black community are down to black men, but black men, you are here to lead. You are here to inspire. You are here to, mentor the next generation. How are you mentoring, leading, inspiring when you're tearing us down, attacking us every chance you get? What are you guys doing in the black community? I want to know. Again, I'm not so harsh towards Nick Fuentes because Nick is doing this for the white community in his eyes. He's a leader for the white community. Again, I don't agree with what he says. He is a full-blown racist, but again, he's standing up for his community and he's fighting for them. Black men, I'm going to need you to stand up and fight for us, lead for us, take over and take charge. And that is my closing thoughts. As we say on the New Party, always vote and God bless everyone.
Always vote.
Introducing the New Party. We live stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.